like rain, guys, and it don't care who it falls on. So today we're going to be talking a lot of truth with my friend Anina from Vivid Earth on YouTube. She's in South Africa, and we are blessed to have her here today with this wonderful soul to help Earth awaken from the sleep that it's been in for millennia. I think it's close to 26,000 years, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? But welcome to ICONS, the International Community of National Sovereigns here. Anina, how are you?
Thank you so much, Sarge. I'm good. I'm brilliant. And I love your shows. So I'm so happy we could connect because I love the way you combine truth and humor into one. It's so important that we have a sense of humor during this process because it can be very serious at times. Many people are very serious in this movement. And of course, it is a serious war, but you know, laughter keeps the vibration high. So I find it crucial in this movement. And you've given me many, many belly laughs. So thank you for that.
Well, hey, listen, a lot of people don't realize when even people that have been in war, like they don't realize that to keep the troops morale up, what do? We do a lot of laughter. We play games with one another. We laugh and joke to keep our minds off of what we're facing, which is death. Okay, so we try to keep our vibes up with laughter, and I took that approach with my channel here, and it's actually working. When you laugh, you actually combating the negativity and the fear that they're trying to put on you, and it's working
Exactly.
both ways there. All right. So tell us about your journey, Miss Anina. How did
My journey.
you
Well,
get
you
where
know,
you got?
how long have you got? No, I'm joking.
As
um,
long as you want.
so I was basically in business for a long time. I own my own a few companies for about 18 years and worked in big corporations before that. And I was happily, operating in the 3D matrix, although I really knew in my heart that I didn't really belong there. But I guess it was like just proving something. I don't know what it was, but I needed to prove that I could be successful in business. And I started a marketing company specializing in luxury brands, and I dealt with the biggest luxury brands in the world, facilitated their market entry on the African continent. Brands like Gucci, Jimmy Choo, Burberry, Bentley, you know, talking about yachts and cruise liners and anything that you can think of in the luxury space. And that was kind of my creative side, and I enjoyed the creativity and the craftsmanship that went into creating a lot of these brands. But I guess I didn't really know the dark underbelly back then.
Mhm.
And I was always interested in the esoteric and these kind of things, which is kind of a sideline for me. I never spoke to people about that, secretly researching ancient civilizations and you know
Awesome.
galactic. Anyway,
Mhm.
during 2020, it was kind of a call. Like for many of us, we could no longer sit by and just pretend everything is fine. It was time to join this movement and help save Earth. Because I think at that moment, if you did the research, you went down the rabbit hole, you could not join this incredible movement because, so I just kind of lost all interest in that 3D business that I was managing. And of course, COVID helped kind of shift things for many of us. We had to like take a pause and rethink things. And I just decided I want to just focus on this. I want to focus on helping people. I want to focus on educating people. I want to focus on healing people. And I jumped all fours into this movement and created Vivid Earth about 2.5 years ago, not that long ago. And it's been quite a ride, and I really enjoy the research. I mean, as I said to you the other day, just kind of getting your masters in the truth. We do thousands and thousands of hours of research. Some of us are just like obsessed with getting to the bottom of things, and discovering all the lies we've been told and um, everything that were kept from us. And I guess the biggest thing for all of us that kind of brought us together what they've been doing to the little ones, underground, all the torture and trafficking and, horrendous things. And that gave many of us many sleepless nights. And that was just like it for me. And I just wanted to tell everyone. Of course, nobody wanted to listen to me around me. It was like, we just don't talk about that stuff. And I don't think that can be true. And it's like nobody wanted to listen. And, like many of us, we just try and like force it upon people and it just doesn't work. So I was grateful to join this global community of truth seekers that I could resonate with and compare notes with and talk to, and really felt like I was home. Like I said to you, many of us, we feel like we know each other. It's like we instantly like recognize one another. We've definitely known each other in a different lifetime. And yeah, it's been quite a ride.
Yes, it has, and I love that. So you are definitely part of the soul group, cluster, family that came here, and I can feel the vibrations from you to help liberate this planet. And you're not a rookie; you're a veteran. You have much experience. What I say by that, a lot of people don't realize, as souls, it doesn't go by any because there's no such thing as time for us. Okay, as souls, we go by experience. Okay, experience is what makes us valuable for stuff like this. And doing my little journey, I found that out. And when I started Icons, the International Community of National Sovereigns, I was going on the pretense that all souls are sovereign souls of source. No one should be able to enslave you, and you should not accept slavery at any level. And that's where I got started. And I see that you was dipping into the what we call the so-called legal premises that they have put on us, the slavery chains that they put on us. And you're very good in explaining that. I really like that. I said, oh my God, because that's my forte. That's what I started. And then I
Mm,
started into the rabbit hole, just like you said, and finding out what they were doing to kids and human beings and having these underground dumbs in cities. And there's another species, or probably a couple of species that's here, actually, that was here. I don't know if they're still here. I don't think they're still here. Just the minions that are left running around with, and the head of the snake has been cut off. But when I found out about that, I was blown away. I was blown away. Even me, and I could not let it go. It was an obsession, just like it was probably was you. And you're a pattern recognition specialist. You're not a conspiracy theory. You saw patterns. You say, "Hey, wait, this is going over and over again. What is going on over here?" And it piqued your interest, and here you are. Yeah, I mean, that's what we call ourselves now. A global family that's got together, and we're the news now. Screw what the news, because everything they were telling us was nothing but lies, deceptions to keep us in slavery, you know. And slavery can be in different ways. Slavery of the mind, the body, and in the soul. You know, you could be brainwashed, and you could be soul washed. And the soul washed when people souls are the ones that's the most difficult to uh grasp what's going on. And just like you just said, people were telling you you don't need to talk. You don't talk about that. Those are the type of people that we are here to prepare them for after this shit goes and hits the fan, because it's getting ready to hit the fan, guys. I'm telling you, it's getting ready to hit the fan. This operation is going to become more overt as we see what's happening in our world now, and we're going to get into that a little bit more, because I can't believe, well, yes, I can. I can believe that there's people out there like you who see it the same way as we see it here in the military, in my military community. And it's because it's no other way to look at it. And you've been looking at the stuff that's going on in America, especially in Los Angeles as we speak now, and you saw the patterns and you recognize it very, very, very quickly. And I want you to talk about that. What's matter of fact, before I get into that, how is it going in South Africa? Because this is the International Community of National Sovereigns. International means we're worldwide. Okay, so you're in South Africa. How is it in South Africa? How is the awakening going in South Africa? Could you tell me a little bit? Give me a little a snippet of how it's going in over there.
Yeah, no, it's good, and I said to people, sometimes I feel like, why am I not living in the US? Because I feel more drawn to the people there. I don't necessarily resonate with the culture here, but we all place in different regions for a very specific reason, and we have to trust the plan, right? We've got to
Yeah.
trust the plan that we knew what we were doing when we were selecting before this incarnation where we wanted to be placed and where it was necessary for us to be. So I do see a lot of people waking up in South Africa and they find each other, which is wonderful. There are a lot of people that swallowed the black pill, unfortunately, so they kind of doom and gloom, and it's not much hope. And but a lot of people are very clued up as to what's happening, and South Africa is good. It's a good life here, and I just try and keep away from the chaos and the mess and mind my own business, because that's how you create your own sort of universe, right? Because we create our own reality. So I
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
feed into the negative, and I don't give that any energy. It's important to know what's going on, but
Hmm.
you need to really work on being neutral to these
Hmm.
world events, because if you're going to be pulled in directions back and forth and be emotionally charged by everything that's happened, you're not going to do so well. So you need to learn, as much as many of us are empaths, and you need to learn some neutrality to take the 40,000-foot view and not get drawn into the details, and make sure that you see the bigger picture at all times. And more than anything, that we see this incredible outcome that we're going to be experiencing on this planet. Um,
Hmm.
because there's no doom and gloom, there's no fear, and we won't give that any energy, because we are the ones collectively that create our reality. And they
That's
want
right.
us, they want us to be doom and gloom.
Ding,
So
ding, ding, ding,
anyway,
ding, 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 ding. You get it. See, I've been trying to say, I can't stand when podcasters are out there and they think they're doing a good job. And they're not. They're out there speculating on fear. And I just can't stand it. As soon as I hear that now I listened to you. I did my surveillance. I did my reconnaissance, okay, on you. And I was like, what is she saying in her videos? Okay. Oh yeah, her channel is Vivid Earth on YouTube. You guys, I'm gonna put the link down in the description so you guys can go check her out. I enjoyed her because she's not one that is pushing the fear. I mean, fear could be useful, okay, if it's imminent danger, okay, and it's to warn you of imminent danger. That's the only time I think fear is good. The other type of fear that I'm seeing that podcasters are out there doing is useless because just like you just said, Anina, we create our own reality. So if we're gonna create a reality of fear, we're gonna still be doing the same work and same things that we've been doing for thousands of years, creating a reality for the slave masters, as I call them, the wannabe slave masters, and we're gonna help them create our own prison.
yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
the thing is,
Okay.
they're not very creative, but we are. And so that's why they use us to create
Yeah.
for them. And we
Right.
don't fall into that trap anymore, because
Right.
and that's why I bring the spiritual aspect into my
Mhm.
message as well, because people have to do the work and realize how powerful they are, and that things don't happen to them, but it happens through them, and whatever they feed will multiply. And that is important. And so many people in this movement is fear mongering and the clickbait, urgent warning in the title, and then like people's just get this adrenaline rush just reading those titles, and they're
I'm
actually
laughing.
doing this whole movement a disservice.
It is. And guess what? You've seen them fade away now. They made their little money and they're fading away because nobody's paying them attention. I'll be reading the comments in my videos and they say that I'm like a breath of fresh air. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. And I
Yeah.
know in this war, This is a war. There is people dying. There are people having to be disparaged and displaced. But that's what happens in war. And this war is like on a quantum level. Okay. People say it's 5D chess. I think it's quantum chess because we have technology that's of the quantum capabilities that you can see that this war is none like any other war. Mostly it's an information spiritual and a covert war that we can't see it unless you look for it in the right places. Now, you and I have trained ourselves to see and look for the signs. Like I said, we're pattern recognition specialists. Okay. So we see the patterns, we recognize it, and then we get downloads from from source and we can actually come out and speak about it. And people are drawn to us when we're basically lifting them up, not putting them down. Okay, so that's where we're at this point, and it's very intriguing that all over the world, our family, just like you said, has chose different spots to be in where they need to be at. You're needed in South Africa. I'm needed over here in America and other people from all over the world is wherever they're at, and we're all joining together. And guess what? We outnumber them and we are more powerful than them. Just like you said, we are the ones that create our reality collectively and individually. And it's wonderful to see
Yeah.
this great awakening. That thing that the Q uh, movement says that where we go one, we go all. That's not a joke. That
Exactly.
is reality, you know, because collectively we're gonna win this. I mean, we are winning this war. We will win this war. There is no losing. I don't see nothing about losing in my research and
Nope.
in my reality. So I don't care what anybody throw at us. We okay, all right. Just brush that off my shoulder. All that fear shit. See you later. All
Yeah.
right.
And I think
So
people are learning discernment, more and more, and it was necessary. So, certain mis and disinformation is good in a way because people need to learn how to trust their own instincts, how to be discerning, not just, you know, trusting someone because they like what they say or they sound convincing. So this is how we learn discernment, and humans had to learn that quickly.
well, a lot of souls that are here has been reincarnating over and over again, and they get something like the Stockholm syndrome, where
Yeah.
they're identifying with their enslavers, and that is sad. But we're here now, and we're gonna, and just like I tell people, I said, I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to help you remember who you are. You're a source soul from source. You're a soul from source, and uh, you are the epitome of everything that you want to be. Okay. You are powerful. You're not weak. Religions tell you that you have a soul. That's a lie. You are a soul. You know what I'm saying? You don't have something. You are something. And once you realize that, you can move forward and help liberate this planet because this is not the first rodeo for us. I don't think they pick rookies to come here and help liberate this system. And this system is a
Exactly.
lot bigger than what we think it is. Our world is a lot bigger. Doing my research, it is so obvious that our Earth is bigger than what the hell we see and what they're telling us. We're
Mm.
the seven continents is basically where we are at right now, but there's more outside. Why can't we go where we can't go? They got no-go zones all around us, and nobody asks why. Oh, you can't go past this point here. You can't go to Antarctica. You can't go here. You can't go. Why? Who are you? You don't own the planet. You know what I'm saying? We're the adventurers. So how can we be adventurers when there's some force unseen that's telling us where we can and cannot go and what we can and cannot do? And guess what? You got to pay to live here with us. I was like, who are you? You don't show me the deed
Yeah.
from
When did
source.
you buy the land? Who did you buy it from?
Yeah, who did you buy it from? Who made you Lord and Master of this freaking planet? Who are you? That's the questions that every soul should ask. You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? And why are we here acting like slaves when we're freaking royalty? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that we got that out of the way, Anina, we can get to where, because I don't want to keep you too long.
It's
What do
all
you
good.
think is going on in LA? I saw your last video and you intrigued me. Just tell the audience and it's coming from a civilian. I love to see your aspect of what you see going on in LA. And if I have anything to add on, I will.
Yeah, of
Okay. So,
course. You have some fascinating takes on the situation as well. I've been listening to your talks on it. It's like new information unfolds every day. It's very complex and
mhm,
fascinating at the same time, and of course, incredibly sad. Um,
yes.
Initially when we heard, oh, the Getty's on fire, and Hollywood Hills and all of this, like, maybe that's a cleansing, and for a moment I was thinking white hats, but then of course the devastation is so bad, the white hats would never do that to
True.
people, you know
True.
so. And then of course the dew, you saw we saw videos of the lasers coming from the skies, and actually
Yes.
they didn't even come straight down. They came from diagonally, and some people say they come from area 55 51, which I'm sure you can elaborate on. But there's
Yes.
so many aspects, and they were so clever at making it as confusing as possible, because um, dew was one source for the fires, and of course the smart meters was another. Houses literally burning or exploding from the inside out, um, vegetation and trees not being touched at all. So that made it look like a little bit like Lahaina. And so one has to question, what are the motives, and then there are this whole string of truth that's talking about smart cities. I truly believe that ship has sailed and is long gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not going to fly under
Listen,
Trump at all.
listen, they even had the fake Biden out there talking about that just the other day. Say, it looks like a war zone. It looks like where the buildings are burned up and you got the trees still standing. I'm like, that's the white hats. That's the alliance telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. You can have $200 billion worth of damage. And I heard the last count was 25 people were dead. Okay.
Oh, really? Hmm.
And listen, 25 people, we don't know who they were. Were they good? Were they bad? And only 25? Think about that. White hats are trying to keep casualties down to a minimum, just like you just said. They would not destroy property or human innocent lives just because they can. Just now, if they have to, and they get, in a battle with the ones that's coming from down under, as they say. Yeah, I think the casualty rate would probably be a little bit higher, but I think they got it down to a science now where they can do this battle, and most of the battle is being fought underground. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There was over $1 billion in 2019 that was spent on large scale subterranean warfare.
Hmm.
Can you
Hmm.
tell me why was that? The army was being trained, the Marines were being trained to go in subterranean places and clean them out. You can't make this shit up. I mean, why would they do it? And it was all point. I mean, you can go to the website and see that that's what the training was for, you
Yeah.
know. And from February 5, I think February 5 to 9th in 2019, the military actually conducted raids in LA and Long Beach, doing exactly what they're doing now. I mean, can you explain that? And they did the same thing in San Francisco and Oakland. And I was like, oh, they're showing us something. Those are not exercises. They're doing something. So they can be under the cover of exercises and doing the war, and we wouldn't even know it. Just like the cover for this is this LA fire, and they're out there taking out some very nasty people. And I'm getting information from the group that I'm in, and just take this with a grain of salt, guys. But nobody knows what the high command is doing. If anybody's telling you that they know what the high command is doing, they're lying to you because this war is so covert that nobody knows what the high command is doing because if they knew what the high command was doing, guess who would know it also? The enemy. Okay? And that's why I laugh at podcasts that says, "Oh, this is just happening. This is going to happen on this date and this date here. This is what's going to happen. The RV is coming down, right?" Shut the hell up. You don't know this. Why are you lying to people? Just like you said, clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I can't stand those people.
Mm.
That's why I don't associate with none of these people. It's like I'm stand. People say you standoffish. Yeah, because I don't want to be associated with this shit. I know military operations and I know how they work. I studied war for half of my life. Okay, I'm a Marine, and basically that was my job. You know what I'm saying? So I see things differently a little, but I'm seeing that civilians like yourself and others are waking up to that call too. So, what say you? You were right about the smart meters and the drone dues. They had drone dues out there that they could attach to drones, and they were doing that. Lasers also, and they were also paying the homeless and
Yeah,
illegal, okay, to go look like they setting fires so they could cover their ass.
yeah.
You know, but the funny thing is celebrities are basically calling Jag and Trump and they're trying to cut deals. And that's gotta be hilarious to the alliance because they already knew what they were doing. They already know the bad guys. These fools don't know that they're using there's no doubt that we have quantum computers. From my contacts and my information, um, the bad guys had seven of them. Okay, and it was called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They named it that. Okay, but now the Alliance has taken that over, and they've done it. They've actually got a bigger and more powerful quantum computer that has been integrating itself on our planet. So everything, every type of communication, they're listening to us right now. The quantum computer is so powerful that it can basically discern up to a trillion bits of information per second. Okay, that's how powerful these are. And the only way to take out a negative AI system is with a more powerful AI system that's bigger than that. So I see that happening, and it's very intriguing and it's very amazing to watch because I've never seen a war fought like this where even the public can't even know that they're in a war. That's how that's how amazing this is going. What do you say about that, Anina?
Yeah, indeed. But of course, some of us do notice. We do notice the black
Oh yeah,
helicopters in the
yeah.
sky. We do notice when there are
Mhm.
floods that are looking off and that clearly are dams being flooded, when there are earthquakes that are more than 10 kilometers deep. We know, but other people is just, they can't, it just sounds too fantastical for them. So they just switch off and they will soon find out, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, with the whole LA thing, there's a city under there that under the ground that's bigger than LA. So how do you
Yes.
clean all of that out, and all the entrances?
Listen, they had newspaper articles that were sent to me coming from the 1800s about the lizard people
Yeah.
that was living in the underground tunnels and city underneath LA. You can't make this shit up, Anina. Okay? You cannot make it up. And people, oh, that's no, they didn't make stuff up in the 1800s just for entertainment. This was the actual news articles that they were putting out. And I was like, wow, why are we finding out this now?
Yeah.
And the celebrities, man, they're cracking me up. They're just cracking. I know Trump phone is like calling the DMV at lunchtime because they call and get placed on hold until the rope car show up at their house. Maybe, hey, my name is Snoop Puppy, and I need to talk to Trump. Why? because I'm snitching. Okay, I'll put you on hold. Now, if you want to rope yourself, we overstand. We're gonna put you on doo doo doo.
Yeah, just that one lawyer on the Diddy case that was defending, one of the victims was saying they got like, I don't know, 1,000 calls a day or something of people snitching. It's
Wow,
they're trying
wow.
to save themselves at this point.
Look how stupid these people are. Okay, State Farm, they canceled the fire insurance 2 months before the fires.
Yeah,
Just like you said, they're so stupid. They can't do anything. Are you that stupid?
yeah,
That is a red flag right there. Why would insurance companies, not just State Farm, but all of them, was over there canceling fire insurance behind the people's backs? They didn't even know. They're not so bright.
no,
I mean, either that or either the alliances did that just to basically because money is going to be obsolete soon, and they got plenty of money. All the money, so-called money that they got from uh the assets of the enemy.
Executive Order
Uh,
13848, 13818.
excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah, 13848. Yes, and 13818
Yeah,
also. Yeah, they got all that. I heard there was like what it was 600 plane loads of gold and stuff that they got from the Vatican and all the other properties from these idiots that were trying to control the world. They got all that. I mean, it's probably like a Google amount, where money is gonna be worthless. But
yeah, because there's so much wealth on this planet. There's no shortage of anything.
yeah, you know what, you know where the wealth is at? The wealth is us.
Yeah,
We the ones who create the fake money.
yeah,
You know, it's not the other way around. The money don't create us. Who we could just like I tell a joke and people laugh at me. I say, if we say cat shit is gonna be our money, there wouldn't be a stray cat in the world. Okay? So people laugh at that, but what I'm trying to let them see that is we are the energy. Money is just an exchange of energy. We're the energy, and
yeah,
what these negative souls, these dark beings was doing was trying to steal our energy. Okay. I think AI was involved in this too. So
most
negative
definitely.
AI, along with the negative beings, they were living off of our energy. We're the ones that's the energy. We're the most valuable thing on this planet. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't even recognize it. It's kind of
But
funny that Trump came out yesterday. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no, no. Go ahead.
Trump came out yesterday and he tweeted, and let me see, can I get this up? Let me share screen. Okay, hold on for a second. All right, let me get back to where I'm at because I want you to see this too. All right, hold on. Da 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 da. Media viewer. Okay, bye bye bye. I don't like Zoom anymore. Can you see that, Anina?
It's starting to open, but it's kind of a gray screen at this point.
Wow. See, this is why I don't like to Zoom too much. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I paused it. Okay, let me see. Can I get this screen up? You won't be able to see it, but I will put it in my edit probably for you guys, and I have to just remember where we're at here. But let me read it. Trump came out with a tweet yesterday that said, "For far too long, we have relied on taxing our great people using the Internal Revenue Service (IRS). Through soft and pathetically weak trade agreements, the American economy has delivered growth and prosperity to the world while taxing ourselves. It is time for that to change. I am today announcing that I will create the External Revenue Service to collect our tariffs, duties, and all revenue that come from foreign sources. We will begin charging those that make money off of us with trade, and they will start paying finally their fair share. January 20th, 2025 will be the birth date of the External Revenue Service. Make America great again. What are you reading that as a pattern recognition specialist, sweetheart?
I just knew you were going to read that tweet. I was like, shall I say it? No, let's wait. And I just knew we were going to read that tweet because we knew the IRS was going to go, well, has
Right,
already gone, but
right. It's
hasn't been
already
announced.
yes, yes.
And we knew that he was going to get rid of tax. So he's seeding the narrative now, building
This,
that narrative, making it kind of getting it into people's minds so they can start thinking about the idea. Wow, that's amazing. And then boom, he'll just do it.
right. And to me, and I've been talking about this for like years, okay, about the United States of DC, the corporation, okay, that is pretending to be the government here in America, and it's probably the
Foreign
same.
territory.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing in South Africa, where they create corporations to pretend to be the government.
Yeah.
Okay, they control the corporation, and they get you by adhesion contracts to agree to stuff that you don't want to happen to you, like giving up your income for whatever reasons they want. It's enslavement, and
It's so
that's
ridiculous as well.
it is.
You pay income tax, then you have to pay capital gains tax, then you have to pay this tax, that tax, and when you die, you still have to pay tax as well.
You
I
have to pay a
mean,
death
we're going to
tax.
look back at this time and think, how
What the
stupid
hell?
were we?
Yeah,
What
what the
were we
hell are we
thinking?
doing? Yeah, it's crazy, right? And to pay to live on this planet that they don't own is really crazy. We own the planet. We the people collectively own the planet. So
Yeah.
who are these people? I saw a couple of months ago that they put out a freaking a flyer that said the Earth, okay, itself, the people owe 870 something trillion dollars in debt. And I'm wondering, who do we owe this shit to? How can we be in debt to ourselves? Give me a freaking break. They got us believing in this crap. I see professors that got Harvard degrees, Yale degrees,
Yeah.
how to get rid of this, how to balance the budget, and how to get rid of the national debt. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got. How can you pay debt with a debt? Anina,
Yeah.
have you did math? Have you did simple math? What's a negative plus a negative? More
Exactly.
negative, okay? You cannot pay off a debt with debt money, okay? It's impossible. And we
It's
don't,
so
and people,
ridiculous.
yeah, and people play along with it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, we balanced the budget last year. Excuse me? You balance what? What budget? Okay? How can you balance something when everything is based on negative? It's negative money.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the more money in tech in reality, the more of this negative money you have, the poorer you are. If you got $1 billion worth of negative money, are you more richer than a bum that has no money? Think
Exactly.
about it. Think about it. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
And this is going to become more and more overt. The United States of DC, the Vatican, and London, which was the three-headed monster that was enslaving humanity, and what you were talking about the other day in your video about the birth bonds, you know what that is? That's called human trafficking. When Trump
Yep.
said that we're going to stop human trafficking, that is part of it. It ain't just the people coming across from Mexico or from other
Hmm.
places in the world. The human trafficking starts there from the time you are born.
Yeah.
And they doing this unlawfully. And
It's
this is what
unbelievable. I mean,
it's unbelievable, right? You
when
shake
we
your head.
first found out this information, it's like, oh my word. And you try and tell people. And as you said, cleverest people with the most degrees, they are the ones that are so indoctrinated they think you are speaking Martian, or whatever.
Yeah, they are. You know why? Because they have been trained to be slaves.
Yeah,
You and I mean, people like us, there's anybody out there listening to me right now, you train yourself not to be a slave. You know you're not a slave,
yeah,
you know, and that's why we resonate in my voice and your voices. We band together and you resonate with us, okay? Because we're not slaves. Source did not create any slaves,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Hey,
No
come
one can
on,
enslave us. unless we
Nobody.
consent to it. So
That's right. Slavery is supposed to be unlawful on this planet. But every day you see people pretending to be slaves, going to work, paying their taxes, going, watching football, drinking a beer,
bread and
smoking a joint.
circus,
Uh-huh.
age
You
old
know,
story.
age just like over and over again. That's got to be the most boringest shit I've ever heard of. You just do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and nothing comes out of it. Just like you said, you work all your life. I see one of my administrators has a husband. He went out and he hurt himself. He can't work anymore. He paid into the system all his life, and they told him no, he can't get disability. I mean, what do you paid into this as insurance all your life, but when you go down there to get it, they say no, you can't. Who are you? Give me my money. Give me my benefits.
Give me
You
a
know,
refund then.
yeah, refund, right? There you go. I want my refund. I want all my shit back that I paid, and then I'll be all right. Then I can live my life. It's really amazing how they set it up. You got to tip your hat to them though, Anina.
Yeah.
You got to tip, yo,
It's
when you,
not their first rodeo. They've enslaved many planets.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a
So,
blueprint
yeah,
that well tested and tried and tested.
and it works
But they didn't
until
count on us. They didn't count
yeah,
on
yeah,
the sleeper agents
right.
coming here
And,
undercover
and
to
this is
help
what's so
save this
amazing
planet.
about it. This was so amazing about this. We as souls knew that the only way to really take this down is to infiltrate it and become like earth souls,
Yeah.
having a human experience, a physical experience. And that's the best way. We're doing it from the inside out. They couldn't prepare for us, but we're here. And that's why they were attacking the kids coming in, you know.
Yeah.
As soon as you're born,
Vaccine.
how many shots you get when you're born now? Oh my God.
And it's the most in the US, isn't it like 72 shots or something?
72 shots before you're the age of 5.
Crazy.
For what?
Absolutely bonkers.
That's crimes against humanity right
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? Right there. That's all you need, you know? And it's really amazing that we have what I don't know what triggered you. Maybe you will tell us one day. Maybe you can tell us in a few minutes, but something had to trigger each one of us. Me, I don't know why, but I've been doing this ever since I was a kid, asking questions. I'm that why kid. Why kid. My mom's had to hire
Me
so
too.
many babysitters because I'm an only child. And they would always come to her and says, look, I love your son, but he asked too many questions. And then he's asking me questions. And she had to, yeah, why did you stop asking questions? I says, why, mom? Why I gotta stop asking questions? I thought you guys were older than me. You know these things, going to church saying, oh, Adam and Eve got was the first man and woman on the planet. They had two sons and they got married. The two sons got married. To who? To who? They were the first humans, right? And they had two. Who did they get married? To their mother? What can you just explain that, Mr. Preacher? Well, it says here in the Bible, and that's it. And
And you're
you
not
shouldn't
allowed to
question.
ask. That's blasphemy. You
Yeah,
just don't ask those
don't
things.
question. Yeah, you don't question the Bible. Okay, really? Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. From an early age, I just knew something is very off, especially in church. I was just like, something doesn't add up. It's like
Everything.
these things don't make sense.
Yeah, like everything. And there's nothing wrong with some of the most beautiful souls here believe in Christianity or whatever you believe in the
And I
religion.
actually
They
love those people because most of them are good people, you know.
Yes, they are. Yes, that's what I mean.
They're some of the best people we know, but
We need them. We need those good souls here. If it wasn't for them, this place would be completely hell.
yeah,
Completely. Okay. So a lot of people don't know that when they made it, they developed this country called America. One of the main things that the Satanists made sure that they had was freedom of religion. A lot of people don't realize that freedom of religion, because they were worshiping in Europe and in other countries, and they were getting hung, burned at the stake, all that other stuff, because they were worshiping the devil, they said, you know. But they came over here and they put it, snuck in there. Hey, freedom of religion is a right, you know what I'm saying? Which it is. You can worship anybody you want. You know, I tend to just worship no one. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. So
We ain't got that worship gene.
yeah, yeah. I want to dig into that one day with you or someone, because I heard that the Anunnaki, actually, when they did the bioengineering, I guess, whatever, the genetic DNA, where they shut off like 90% of the DNA that we have, and they put in a worship gene. What the hell? When I
Yeah,
heard that, I was like, that makes sense though,
yeah.
because people are tend to worship. You have like an avatar come, like Jesus, Yeshua ben Joseph, come and say, hey, the light is within you, God is within you, blah 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 blah. They start worshiping Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, no, I didn't mean for you to worship me. Where you worship the Father that's within us all. Blah 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 blah. You don't even have to worship that. You just be one with the Father. They forget that. They don't. They don't. They want to worship. They want to
Mm,
worship. They want to worship Trump. They want to worship any. They need a savior. They got a savior complex.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's where sovereignty comes in. You know,
yes,
you got to
thank
take
you.
your sovereignty back, not worship anyone. There are
That's
some
right.
great examples that we can follow. Doesn't mean we have to worship them.
That's true. That's true. I like that. So, we got to do this again. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you want? Because I we got a few minutes, like 5, 10 minutes left. Okay. If you want to explain anything that you want or our audience to know,
Maybe I can ask you, what do you think where things are at? Do you think the inauguration is going to happen? Uh, oops, if you can hear the sirens in the background.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah. I actually can hear your sirens. What is going on? Okay. Well,
anyway,
if you want my opine on that, go ahead. We'll finish your statement. I'm sorry.
yeah. So I just want to know from you what you think is happening and will be happening over the next couple of weeks. Will we see the inauguration go ahead smoothly? Is something going to happen? Are they going to move it? What do you see for the next couple of weeks?
I see a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful planet unfolding. I think we are on a timeline that the negative timeline. See, you're in a good place because you're in South Africa. The Mandela effect is being reversed. Okay. Something happened on April 8th of this year with that moon eclipse, which wasn't a moon. I think that was a spaceship. Okay.
Yeah.
That was here, and I don't know who these people are. Maybe they were Palladians, maybe they are Arcturians, maybe they are Andromedians, but they were showing. And then you can see the things that's happening on our planet with the drones and everything else, and all these people that are photographing ships that are basically showing themselves. Okay, and for me, I think the inauguration is just already it's not going to happen the way that we see it's going to happen, because for the first time in history, Trump is getting giving a victory tour, a victory speech before the inauguration. What is that all about? You know what I'm saying? What is
Indeed.
that all about? So what is he going to announce? Is he going to come out and say, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us? Maybe, or maybe it's something else, because we're getting rid of that bank, that fake corporation. That fake corporation is
I
already
was just
done.
going to say,
Okay.
right? Is he going to be the
So
president of the 19th president of the republic, or will
I
he be
think he already is.
inaugurated into the
Right.
fake corporation?
I think he already is. He's the CIC right now. The military is backing him. But it's gonna have to become overt at some point. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know, because I'm not gonna be like the rest of these podcasters who predict shit and then it never have it. Oh, you see, Sarge, you said this shit was going. No, I don't know. It's okay to don't know things, but you can be aware of not knowing what you don't know. Okay. And you be prepared for anything. So whatever happens to me, it happens. I know that we're winning. I know that we have won. And this is just the closing chapter of this wonderful journey that we've been on for thousands of years. It's going to end, and I think it's already started, where we're going to move in this new reality where we're going to be aware and we're going to create a beautiful new reality here on this planet. There's no other way. And we're going to meet our galactic brothers and sisters, you know, coming shortly, coming to a theater near you. And
Hmm.
your theater is going to be yourself, okay? Because we're going to all see it. And it's going to be glorious, Anina.
Oh,
Okay.
exciting.
And this is what we are creating. See, this is what we got. Instead of putting out fear of this and that, put out something that's glorious, because this is what we are. We're glorious spiritual beings. And this is what we create. This is natural to us to create peace, love, truth, and prosperity and self-sovereignty for all souls here having a physical experience. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I don't know if you saw the Ingersoll Lockwood website, ingersolllockwood.com, where they talk about the world fairs. There's going to be a Space Force pavilion. There's going to be all these things, advanced technology,
Mhm.
Maha. I mean, there you have it. All of that stuff is coming soon.
I can't wait when the liberation really happens. We get to see our brothers and sisters from other planets and other systems. And I heard that they're gonna have a great celebration, like a universal celebration that we all gonna be invited to, you
Mm,
know. And it's gonna be where we can just walk into a portal and be wherever we want and see, and guess what? We're gonna be celebrated. Not that we have to be, but we are going to be, because we have liberated not only just planet, but this whole system, this whole part of this universe has been captured by a negative force. And I don't know if you hear me when I say that I ran into an old guy that was working at the Smithsonian, and he
mm,
told me stuff in a book called El Tempe Ante Tempe, which is basically time before time. And there's only three copies of this book, and one of them was in the Library of Alexandria, and somehow they got a copy to the Smithsonian, and then he was tasked in translating, and it was saying there was a species called a Q followed by like 17 letters. I mean, 16 letters. Okay. No one could pronounce it. So they just shortened it up and called it Q. And that made all the sense. Then you have Star Trek with the Q species, with all that. And then you have Q coming out in 2017. You can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So who is this Q? Who is this Q species? And then you got things coming out with Dan Savino yesterday saying, you'd be surprised who you're talking to on the Q. I'm like, really? So I think we were at that point now where everything is going to be revealed piece by piece so it don't shock. And I think we've been basically, now a lot of people don't realize there's a mountain that they call Black Rock, okay, which is the biggest company on the planet, okay. But the Black Rock is behind the no-go zones, and it emulates natural healing energy from the earth, okay? And it's supposed to repair our DNA. Now, from what I'm hearing and what I'm thinking is that the dome that we're in, Elon just sent, like in June, I think he sent the spaceship up. And if you watch the spaceship, when it got to a certain height, maybe like 200 miles up or whatever,
Yeah.
it hit a plasmic dome,
Yeah.
okay, and it's flat. You could see it, and I think that was like for those who with eyes to see saw it, and they said, "Oh shit, we are in a fucking electromagnetic dome." And I think they're piecing and opening that and letting a little bit by little bit of energy, so it repairs our DNA, and it's repairing and it's opening up our chakras. Okay. And this is what's happening as we speak. You see the human resonance is going off the charts,
Yeah.
and it's coming from the central sun. It's coming from the universe. Okay. And we're getting this positive energy, and it's upgrading us where we're supposed to be. It's repairing us because what the Anunnaki and these grays or whatever they did, they kept us in this type of spiritual prison with soul traps, which was created by the AI, and it needs to keep that up. But now that it's gone, guess what's going to happen? They couldn't just let it open. Okay, now it's gone, and now you're gonna bloop. It would be traumatizing. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You would think something, and then all of a sudden it'll happen. You got to get used to that. You got to get used to your powers while in
Telepathy
the
as well.
yes,
Imagine seeing what
the
everyone
telepathy,
around you is thinking.
right? And guess what? Souls like yourself and me and others, you're getting direct downloads from source now.
Yeah,
You can see something now, Anina, and tell me when you see something, you instantly know if it's factual or not.
yeah,
You feel it within yourself. Am I telling a lie?
yeah.
I
It
know
just
I'm feeling it.
resonates.
Yeah, it just resonates with you. Even people resonate with you. You can be around and say, "Oh, this guy here. Oh my God, I no, I don't want to. The vibrations from this person here. I don't want to be around." Okay. And there's some people, oh, I like his vibration. I like her vibration. And I want to know more. I want to be around. What is this positive, loving energy that's they're radiating?
Mm.
That's the way things are happening now. And people, you just have to be cognitive of what's going on around you. And that's what's happening.
It's
So,
happening as we speak. Our DNA is being upgraded as we speak,
uh,
slowly but surely.
yep, piece by piece. So yeah, I really don't want to put out there any type of theories of what's going to happen in a couple of days. I think 5 more days, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be glorious. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right, because Trump is back. Okay, people keep forgetting we've been waiting 4.5, 4 years because everybody was traumatized when Trump lost in 2020. Oh my God, everybody thought that the world was going to end. Oh, it didn't end. This had to happen because there was a lot of loose ends they had to clean up. Okay. And that's what
Also,
they've
how
been doing.
much growth did we go through in the last
Yes.
four,
Yes.
5 years? It
Yes.
was necessary,
COVID,
I think.
COVID actually was a blessing in disguise, even though
Yeah,
it was a military operation at the same time. COVID was a blessing in disguise. How many people woke up just because of COVID?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And those were the ones that didn't take the jab that went, hey, wait a minute. Oh, what's good? What you doing? Oh, you just made this in a lab in like 6 months and you want me to put it in my body? Oh no. I
You
think that
did,
was
you
a
tested 8 rats and now put it into
yeah,
me? I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
so.
yeah, that's right. And they all died. You know what I'm saying? Those rats all died. What are you doing? You know, and
Crazy.
that's what happened. It was a spiritual test to see where you were at.
Yeah,
No one is going to be left behind that don't want to be left behind. Now, there's some souls that don't want to move on because they haven't learned their lessons in 3D worlds. I mean, there's nothing we can do. Every soul has free will.
yeah.
You
And no
can't take that.
judgment. The younger souls, they still need to go through certain things. Let them.
Right. They want to do it, so let them do it. They can move on. Some are gonna self-eject,
Yeah,
and that's it's gonna be sad for a lot of people that you love. But there is no death. The definition of death is going to change,
exactly.
and you're going to know for real that the soul wanted to do what he wanted to do. So, Anina, this has been a great conversation with you, and you're so easy to talk to, and I want to invite you back anytime that you want, and
Awesome. No, it's been
you
so
got
much
anytime.
fun. We
Yeah,
can speak for hours, but we'll save that for another day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because we living in this fake time, you know what I'm saying? So
Time doesn't exist.
yeah, that's right. So we gotta pretend that it does right now.
Yeah,
All right, so um
awesome.
that's about it for me.
Thank you
So
so much, Sarge. That was really awesome. And
I
I'm
think you can
hoping,
put it up on your I think you can put this up on your YouTube channel. We didn't say anything. Did
yeah,
we
no,
say
it actually was pretty
yeah.
PG.
Which is really crazy because I don't know why people, I left YouTube. I had 130 something thousand subscribers. And when they nuked me without any warning, without any strikes, they just like, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? Next day I woke up, my channel was gone. I was like, what? And I wanted to sue them, but I got some information from my military guys like, hey, that's part of the operation. You don't want to upset you don't want to hinder don't do it. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right. Because I was going to sue them for their license, because we the ones who give them the license to operate in this country.
Yeah.
Okay. How you gonna take our permission for you to make money and operate in our country and then take away our speech? That's slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, when you a lot of people don't realize that that is a form of slavery. Not being able to speak your thoughts. That's the most intricate freaking slavery. That's slavery at a level that's so freaking basic. You got to be able to think for yourself. Oh no, you can't. You can't say this. You can't say that.
Totally crazy. I
What?
also lost two channels, so I'm on a third now.
Uh-huh.
Not like you just said, screw that, I'm going to Rumble. I just thought, some people just aren't going to be on Rumble. So I do have a
Yeah,
Rumble channel, but I just
this
decided
is
to
the way I
create another
thought.
YouTube channel.
The way I thought. The people that was gonna be on Rumble was the people that was meant to be on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? And it's really worked out so far. I got a small community. It's not my community, it's ours, you
Hmm.
know. Now it's part of you, you're a part of it also. So, well, we're gonna expand until sooner or later the whole world is gonna be our community. They won't be able to hide. This is gonna be wonderful and beautiful. And I can't wait. And we're gonna
This is
all
going to be
celebrate. We're
this is
gonna
going to be
all
a
celebrate.
historic year, and we will
Ah,
all celebrate together in person. I have that feeling that we will.
yes, we are. We are. Somewhere we're gonna get together and we're gonna celebrate, and it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be
We'll take that
wondrous.
high-speed train, and it will be on another continent in no time in the near future.
Yeah. I'm thinking even better. We just walk it through a portal and like boop, we're there.
Well, there you go. Sounds good.
All right, it's so beautiful talking to you. So just like I said, I think this that we met for a reason. And I don't know what that reason is. We decided that we was gonna do this at this time, at this in this place, and let's see how it works out. We already knew that this was gonna happen, so let's see what we planned out for each other together.
Awesome.
Something's gonna be wonderful out of this. I only see positive things. So
Fantastic. That was so much fun. And thank you for all that you do. You're doing amazing work, and onwards and upwards. It's going to be an historic year, that's for sure.
yes, it is. It's already historic. We are historic. Um,
Indeed.
I got to give you a round of applause, Miss Anina. Thank you. You made it through Sarge's boot camp,
Thank
and
you.
you guys check her out. Her channel is Vivid Earth on YouTube, and I'm gonna put the link in this video and give her your support. She's a beautiful soul here, having a physical experience, and she is definitely on our side. All right,
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks,
all right.
everyone. Cheers.